just in the open area down here, while Paducah will head toward the lobby on the north end. They have the tip. It is Chauncey Kelly out on the right side. Up top, Carruthers. Left side, it goes to Jones. Back on top, Wilson with the ball. Out to Jones. Jones on the wing, gives it up top to Wilson. Back to Jones. His shot from inside the arc. It finds its way home. And Paducah on top 2-0. Now, we were down 11-0 to Paducah last year in the semifinal.
Yeah. Won by 14 that night.
They get out quickly. Nocky out front, guarded by Chauncey Kelly. Goes left side to Williams, inside to James Wilson. Steps inside his man, pops it out to Gamber for 3. Look out, the big boy's hot. Scott Gamber. 7-12, and we're up 1. Three-pointer out of Kelly. Off the iron, no good. Tipped out and recovered by Morgan. Morgan double team, brings it out himself. Rams have numbers as Morgan brings it up 4-on-2. Gamber from the baseline. Counted. Scott Gamber, 5 points. He has the hot touch tonight. Back the other way, Wilson in the front court with the ball. On top to Kelly. Left side, Jones. Rams in a man defense. They go to Carruthers. On the baseline, back out front. Kelly, Jones. Back to Kelly. Bounce pass across the lane to Chris Wilson. He'll bring it on top. In the corner, Chauncey Kelly with the ball right side. Brings it on top to Jones, behind the pick for 3. Count it. 5 all on the three-pointer. Williams brings it up against Chris Wilson. Gets the pick from Nocky, works right side in the double team, takes it to the hole himself, and gets it to roll. Wasn't a very pretty shot, though. 5:53, Rams back up by 2, 7-5 the score. Carruthers on the right side to Jones. Jones bounce pass underneath, and we got a foul called on James Wilson's my bet.
Yep.
Of course. Ball was thrown out of bounds, but both the defender and the offender went to the floor. And Paducah inbounds right under the basket. Carruthers with the easy lay-in. Somebody missed an assignment. We're tied at 7. 5:38 to go first quarter. Here come the Rams back the other way. Williams on top, taking it down the lane. Stops, puts the shot up. No good. Rebound fought for and pulled in by George Wilson. Up the floor quickly, Chauncey Kelly. Rams collapse to cover Carruthers. Left side, Jones out on the perimeter. On top, Kelly. Right side, Wilson. Wilson bounce pass underneath, out of bounds.
Nobody came out to meet the pass. It just skipped on out of bounds.
Paducah's going to throw a press. Gamber will toss the ball in. Gets it into Nocky. Nocky out on the right side of the offense. Starts around his man, lost the handle on the ball, has it knocked out of his hands by George Wilson. It'll belong to Mount Vernon. Robert Spanky Smith, Kevin Cates, and Scott Jones on the ball game tonight. Nocky on top with the dribble. Gives left side to Williams behind the pick. The three-point shot, buries it. Kent Williams puts the Rams back on top, 10-7. 4:55 to go in the ball game. In the first quarter of the ball game, I should say. Kyle McClure in on the next two. Wilson on top. Comes right side on the wing. Up top, Jones behind the double pick for 3. Off the iron, no good. Fought for. Fakes, and Williams got him as George Wilson went back up with the rebound. Kent Williams a little out of position on that one. And we'll go to the line for the Smith Barney.
George Wilson only 6'1", Kurt, but plays much taller, strong as well.
If he's 6'1", then I'm 4'3".
Yeah.
First free throw is good.
That's what he's listed as.
I know that's what he's listed as.
John Nocky is listed at what, 5'9"?
Mm-hmm.
Wilson makes the first one.
4:36 to go. Second shot, good. 10-9. Do you get the feeling this is going to be a great game?
Yeah, both teams are playing loose.
McClure against pressure, throws ahead to Nocky. Naki in the front court underneath the Wilson, takes his man to the hole, and they're going to call him for the travel. Look good to me.
Yeah.
Head fake, but no feet were moving. Chris Wilson bringing it back the other way. Right side it goes. George Wilson. Down the lane, Carruthers with the shot and scored. And it's back on top for Paducah, 11-10. 4:10 to go in the quarter. Second lead change. Naki against pressure. Has it knocked away by Wilson. Last touched by Wilson out of bounds as Williams screened him from the ball.
They're double teaming John Naki as he's bringing the ball up in the backcourt. And we're going to have to adjust to that.
McClure will throw in, does so to Gamber. Gamber on a 2-on-1 to the basket, dishes it back to Wilson at the free throw line. He stops, dishes back to McClure. Kyle lets it fly from 3 short. Grabbed by Chauncey Kelly, and he is grabbed by Kyle McClure. Third team foul on the Rams. First on Kyle. George Wilson lays it in for Chris Wilson. On top, Kelly. Left side, Carruthers. Chris Wilson out front with the ball. Takes a look at the clock. 3:30 to go. Left side, Chauncey Kelly. Back on top. George Wilson under the basket. Brett Jones breaks free for the layup. And it's 13-10. These guys look like Mount Vernon in blue uniforms. Double team against McClure. He waits and throws it across, and Gamber brings it across. Stops, gives left side Naki. Tries to get it under Wilson, picked off by Chauncey Kelly. Rams passing game has not been too crisp. In the corner, Jones. Back on top, Chris Wilson. Out front, Chauncey Kelly bobbled it, recovers the dribble. He'll take it to the left wing, give it up top to Chris Wilson between the circles. Right side, Brett Jones. Back on top, Carruthers. Left side, Wilson. On top, Jones around the pick. Back to Wilson.
They're patient.
Wilson out on the perimeter dribbling. Here comes Jones behind the pick. Has it stolen by Williams. Wilson on the dribble. Wilson right down the lane. Stops. Lays it up left hand. Too hard. Tipped out front. Naki has it. Fakes. Goes up with it. And scores. John Naki in traffic. Scores and makes it a 1-point game. 2:18.
Wilson looked good on the break there, Kurt.
He went up a little hard with the left hand.
Strickland will come in.
Chris Wilson on the left side with the dribble. They're posting up Jones down low. He has a height advantage on Naki, and they keep picking, trying to pick Naki off. Underneath is Carruthers, and we got a foul. This will be on Gamber.
They like to run them around screens down low.
As Carruthers turned into Gamber, Scott reached in for the ball and was called for the foul. Strickland coming in for Wilson, as James will get a breather. 1:57 to go, 13-12. Paducah with the ball in a 1-point lead. Out front it goes Wilson. Chauncey Kelly on the perimeter. Backdoor lob. Carruthers lays it up and in over Strickland. Smart enough to pick on the new guy in the lineup.
They are using the picks down low very well.
15-12. This is as sharp as I've seen Paducah look. Naki cross court to Williams. Kent open for the 3. Count it.
Very good.
That was long range, and we are tied. 15 all with 1:28 to go. Jones out on the right side. Wilson. George Wilson puts the shot up and gets the shooter's roll.
They are not missing.
No, they're not. 17-15. They may have changed the nets at the end of each quarter.
They are 7 for 9.
Naki against the double team, and he is fouled by George Wilson.
First team foul against Tillman.
1:11, Rams down by 2. 2 lead changes, 3 ties. Wilson back in for Mount Vernon, replacing Gamber. McClure tosses into Naki. He's in the backcourt, brings it across to McClure, left side. Kyle out in front of the Paducah bench. Starts to his advance, throws cross court to Naki. Naki in the corner to Williams. Williams cross court, McClure. McClure down to Strickland. Cross-court pass picked off. Terrible pass. George Wilson bringing it back the other way against McClure. Out to Brett Jones. Jones on top to Chris Wilson. And Gamber will come back in on the next whistle. Wilson backing it into the center circle. Right side Jones. They're playing catch now as the clock starts to wind down here in the first quarter. 17-15. Paducah with the lead in the ball as Chris Wilson stands in the center circle. He is holding it on his hip. Down to 17 seconds. They'll start here in about a couple. Now they move. They will pick off Brett Jones here. Chauncey Kelly in the corner, going to the basket, over the pick, runs it up, misses, no good. Williams has it with 4 seconds, weaving in and out of traffic from the center line. Kent lets it fly, and it's short. And the buzzer sounds the end of the first quarter. Paducah on top by 2, 17-15. Back with more from the Centralia Holiday Tournament in 60 seconds.
The Centralia Holiday Tournament is underway. And if you're
baseline, puts up the running jumper and gets slapped on the shot by Chris Wilson. He'll go to the line for the Smith Barney. And Mr. Williams looks like he means business tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He has 8 points early. Second team foul against Tillman. He'll be shooting 2.
17-15 as Kent takes his first shot and makes it a 1-point game. 17-16.
He can look so good at the free throw many times and then terrible other times.
Thanks for bringing that up. Back half with a chance to tie. There's one of them ugly ones, but it falls through. 4th tie of the game. Wilson, Kelly, on top Jones, between the circles. Right side Chris Wilson. Between the circles with the left-hand dribble. Rams still in man defense. Down the lane goes Chris Wilson. Back out to Chauncey Kelly. Push pass over to Wilson. Wilson on top of the key. Starts in the paint. Bounce out to Jones in the corner for the 3. Count it.
He's hot.
20-17.
He has matched Kent Williams' 10 early points now.
They each have 10?
Yep. Goodness
Gracious, I didn't realize that. Naki across the center line with the double team. Picks it up, cross court, Gamber down on the baseline to McClure right side. McClure with Williams posted up low. He pops out to the corner, gets the ball, launches the 3, count it. Kent Williams ties it at 20.
Yeah,
we're going to play a little horse here.
Yeah, it's safe to say he means business tonight.
13 points. Right side, Jones thought about it, gives it to Kelly. Left side, Wilson. We'll see Chris Morgan back in on the next 2. Chris Wilson between the circles, left side, Chauncey Kelly popping out, getting it. He feeds inside Carruthers, back to Kelly. Out at the free throw line as George Wilson beats his man to the basket and then falls over him. He actually beat Wilson to the basket and fell over Gamber, but Scott was moving and picks up the blocking foul. It'll be his first.
15 foul.
15 foul indeed. And I don't think we want to put Paducah at the line too many times. You know, as I remember correctly, last year when we met up, Paducah started out real quick and we could not shoot. And then we got rolling and got going. They're starting out very well, playing very intently, and it's not a question of us not being able to shoot.
Well, this is a very well-coached team.
Yes, it is.
Tillman.
Very deliberate.
I mean, he's got 601 wins. I mean, that goes without saying.
Must know a little something about the game.
They're very disciplined.
George Wilson's first shot is no good, neither is his second. Gamber gets it ahead to Morgan. Morgan on the break down the right side. Has Wilson ahead of him. Bounce pass underneath to James. He looks inside first and brings it back on top. Morgan with it out on the right side. Keeps the dribble. He'll bring it out toward the circle. Now comes left side. Gives it to Naki in the corner. Naki looking under to Wilson. He'll bring it back out front to Gamber. Scott open for the 3. And he is knocked to the floor by Carruthers. That's a no-no. And Gamber will go to the line to shoot 3 free throws. Good crowd on hand.
Yes, it is.
First shot is good. 21-20. Rams regain the lead. 3rd change of the night.
Schumbler, a very animated coach, doing that on the sidelines right now.
Anything to distract, right? Second shot. Good. 22-20. And the 3rd one. No good. Bounces off the rim. Rebound Wilson ahead Chris Wilson. Ahead Kelly. Back Chris Wilson. George Wilson. Jones out on the left side. Back on top Kelly behind the pick. He penetrates. Lays it back for George Wilson. On top to Chris Wilson. George Wilson taking a baseline against James Wilson. Misses. Morgan with the rebound. Ahead to Williams on the left side. Williams into the lane, stops, double pumps, puts the shot up short. Rebound comes off to Chris Wilson. Feel like a Beach Boys convention here with all the Wilsons.
Yeah, no kid.
Wilson on top between the circles, backs in and calls a 20-second timeout, but I don't think he saw it. We're going to have a foul and then the timeout. Chris Morgan with the foul. We'll take a break. Next foul on the Rams will put Paducah at the free throw line for the remainder of the half. 5:27 to go. They'll inbound under their basket. Rams up by 2. Jones breaks free in the corner. He has the ball in the three-point range. On the move, bounce pass across the lane to Chris Wilson on top. Wilson down in the corner to Chauncey Kelly underneath Carruthers, breaks free, and we got a foul before the shot. It'll be on Gamber, his second. John Flood will come into the ball game. Had a nice effort. His 2 outings in the tournament and a real nice game this afternoon in the semifinal.
Sophomore has a lot of poise, and coach has some confidence in him.
Gamber to the bench with 3 fouls in the early going. I didn't think that was right a while ago when they had 1 on the board. Carruthers' shot is good. 22-21.
Carruthers got into some early foul trouble against Centray this afternoon, Kurt. There's not much of a factor.
23 is Curtis Pitt.
This is another shooter. He can shoot the 3.
And 40 is Bobby Holt that will be coming in.
He's a big kid, will probably come in for the free throw shooter.
Misses the shot. Rebound comes off to Naki. He's double teamed. Tries to dribble through it, and he's fouled by George Wilson. Substitution should take place now.
They've rung it up. That is the 4th team foul against Tillman.
Bobby Holt into the lineup. And you are right, he is in for Carruthers.
Holt's a good player. Posts up much like Carruthers does. Just a sophomore at 6'5".
They're going to fall into a 1-3-1 zone. Rams recognize it and make an adjustment on the offense. Except Mr. Flood's a little confused. Williams has it out on the left side. Top of the key. They leave him open. He takes the shot, buries the 3. 25-21. That's where he wants it right there.
That's an easy shot.
Oh, yeah.
That's a free throw for him.
No, it's not. It's a lot prettier.
That's a layup for him.
There you go.
Say it that way.
Wilson out the center circle with the ball. Left side it goes to Pitt. On top, Wilson free throw line, jump shot, good. They are automatic. 25-23, 4:30 to go in the half. Rams up by 2.
Boy, both teams shooting well.
Yeah. Naki to Williams. They stay in the 1-3-1. He steps up. Naki posts up. He fakes the shot, and they get on him. Cross court to Naki. He launches the 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebound, George Wilson. Chris Wilson bringing it back the other way. Out front. Williams drops back. He'll fight his way around the pick. On top, Chauncey Kelly. He'll step back behind the 3 and launch. No good. Rebound comes off to the sophomore, John Flood. He gets it ahead to Williams. Kent 3-on-1 the other way, but Paducah collapses immediately to help. Williams off the glass and in. 27-23. Rams up by 4. 3:40 to go in the half. Wilson to Kelly out on the left side. Backdoor lob to the big guy, Holt. He's walking.
Got to be walking.
John Flood, a great defensive play to tie up Holt, who held the ball momentarily behind his head long enough for Flood to snatch it. And we'll see Jones and Carruthers back in. Kelly and Holt coming to the sideline. Kyle McClure coming in for the Rams. Chris Morgan getting a breather. Inbound pass coming from Pitt. Underneath it goes. They pick on the sophomore, Wilson, and we got a foul underneath on Kyle McClure, I believe. No, that basket didn't go in. What are you talking about?
No.
It was on Kyle McClure. And it will be 1-1, as that is about our 8th or 9th foul. Kyle picks up his second personal. Bill Jemler reading Chauncey Kelly, the riot act down there on the bench about something. It has to do with defense. Pitt shot, a brick. Williams with the rebound. And Kent has the Ram squad down ahead of him. He brings it right side to McClure. McClure out on the wing, steps into the trap, backs it up now. Throws it over to Williams. Kent on the left side to Naki. Naki back on top to Williams. Cross court to McClure. He steps up. In the corner, Flood. Flood out to McClure. Over to Williams left side. He fakes, penetrates inside the arc. Hits the jumper off the iron. No good. Jones with the rebound. 2:56 to go. Rams up by 4, 27-23. Jones gives it out to Chris Wilson. Clock running down here in the first half. Wilson top of the key, working against Williams into the paint, brings it back out, starts back down the lane again, dishes over to Carruthers. He wasn't really ready for it. Pitt launches on the move, brick no good, and we got a foul over the back. George Wilson, as he came over the top of James Wilson to get the rebound. Here comes Holt into the game.
Kelly will come back in as well, as that was the 15th foul against Tillman.
Third foul on George Wilson. Here comes Chris Morgan in.
Wilson really makes him go.
Pitt out of the lineup, and they won't even give him a chair to sit in. He has to go all the way down.
Good minutes from John Flood.
John Flood did a good job. Naki will walk it up against the 1-3-1. Goes right side to McClure. McClure over to John. Naki out front, back over to McClure right side, in the corner to Williams. Williams bounce pass to Kyle. McClure bounce pass over to Naki left side. Over the top to McClure. He steps up for the three. Off the iron, no good. Fought for. And Tillman doing a good job of boxing out on the Rams.
We're getting only one shot.
Yeah, we are. We're not doing our job on the boards. And Chris Wilson went baseline on Williams, stopped and got his arms forward, lost control of the ball. It went out of bounds, and he knew it. He just turned around and headed to the other end. Let's see if the Rams can do something here offensively now. They're up by 4 with 2 minutes to go and haven't scored in a while. Williams on top, left side Morgan. He launches the three. Off the iron, no good. Wilson has the rebound, fakes, puts it up with the left hand, and we got a foul on Kyle McClure. He made the shot, but he pushed off to get the position. No question about that. He did. We'll see Gennaro Hawkins comes in as Kyle picks up his third personal.
Kyle Miller will come into the game for Paducah Tillman, and I don't believe I saw him earlier.
Gennaro Hawkins in as the Rams' height advantage has fallen greatly. If we ever indeed did have one. First shot by Carruthers is good. 27-24. 1:49 to go in the half. Rams lead is 3. Back half of the bonus also finds its way home. They've shot a bunch, haven't they? Naki brings it up for Mount Vernon against the 1-3-1. Williams steps in, gets it over to Naki. John back over the top to Kent. They open long enough for him to shoot. He's knocked to the floor. Wilson gets the rebound. It's knocked out of his hands, loose on the floor. Brett Jones picks it up. Out on the left side is Miller. Down on the baseline, Carruthers back to Miller. Out in the center circle to Chauncey Kelly with 1:20. Ram fans wanted a foul on the shot. Brett Jones out front, beats Naki, starts down, picks up the dribble. Back on top to Holt, and Kelly brings it back out front. In the corner, Miller underneath Carruthers, leaning in on Morgan, scores. Man, that hit the bottom of the rim, went up and over. We are tied again. 53 seconds to go. Hawkins in the corner. Double teamed, almost throws it away. Wilson saves it to Naki, to Williams, in the corner to Morgan. Morgan in the lane to Wilson, all alone. James with a nice shot on the assist from Chris Morgan. Rams back up with 36 seconds to go. 29-27. And they want to spread the floor and take one shot. Chauncey Kelly with the ball on his hip in the center circle. 16 seconds. They'll start here in about 6. 10 seconds as Paducah makes a move to try to free up Brett Jones. There's Miller posting up low on Williams. Here comes Jones around the pick, working against Naki. He spins inside, loses the handle on it. Hawkins has it for Mount Vernon and lets it fly. And no! He made it! He made a three from the center line. Janelle Hawkins! All right! Oh, my! Oh, my goodness! Bill Chumler is all over the official at the center line. Great shot. What a shot by Janelle Hawkins.
What could it be?
Snore.
Left side gives to Wilson at the free throw line. He fakes, dumps it back out to Morgan in the corner for 3. Yeah, Chris Morgan into the offense.
Just like this afternoon, he came alive in the second half.
35-27, the Rams on top by 8, their largest lead of the night. Wilson over to Chauncey Kelly. Backdoor lob to Carruthers, and the foul on Kent Williams. That's before the shot. Has to be before the shot. I think that's Kent's second foul. He had a similar situation where he came over on a help out in the first half. Inbounded to Carruthers. Carruthers. And the foul called immediately on Chris Morgan as George Wilson tried to post up. Apparently had an arm around the waist. His second foul. Everybody has at least 2 except for you, Farley, and I'm a little uncertain about how long it'll be before you have to go to the Pines. Out front, it is Chris Wilson with the ball. Rams with an 8-point lead. Wilson going right side, hits Chauncey Kelly out on the perimeter. Up top, Jones, as Naki falls down, Jones lets it fly and buries the 3.
Boy, he has just been white hot, hasn't he?
35-30. 7-14 is full court pressure applied to the Rams. Williams gets the inbounds pass. He works against Chris Wilson. They try to double team Williams. He beats it down the sideline, gets the pick from James Wilson, beats Carruthers baseline and scores.
Well, they found out they don't want to do that.
No, I don't think they want to do that. Williams on the easy basket as he takes on the entire defense. Naki against Jones down low. Wilson coming up top.
And Shumpler gets the foul he was asking for.
He wasn't asking, he was demanding, screaming, and hollering right there at the official, and he finally got it. First foul on John Naki. And they will take the ball out. 3 fouls against the Rams here in the early part of the half. Jones will take it out. Throws it right underneath to George Wilson. Chauncey Kelly out to Chris Wilson. They pick back door. Jones comes around the screen, drives in, puts the shot up on the run, and scores.
Right.
37-32.
He has shot well in the tournament, but not this well.
He's hot. He's a prime timer, isn't he? Williams ahead to Wilson, tipped away by the defense. Williams steals the pass in midair, gives it to John Naki under the basket for the layup. Oh my gosh, 2 great defensive plays, one by each team. Williams snagged the pass out of midair and hit John Naki under the basket. A steal and an assist and a timeout by Paducah. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Holiday Tournament.
Ameritech Cellular and Paging has simplified.
Back to live action. Paducah with the ball as they feed underneath, and Naki picks up the foul as he tries to stop the shot coming under to Brett Jones. They posted him up low in the backdoor lob. Jones took advantage.
Boy, this kid just a sophomore.
And he's 6'3".
Going to be a heck of a player.
Guarded by John Naki, who has visions of being 5'9". Way out front it comes to Chris Wilson. He'll come left side to Jones. Jones working on Naki. Oh, no! That's terrible.
Oh, man.
Foul called on John Naki, his 3rd. And Gennaro Hawkins will come in.
Jones dropped the ball temporarily.
He dropped the ball. Naki dove on it. He fell over Naki. That is not a foul in that situation. The ball is not under control.
He did not create that contact.
No. You either don't call that or you call it on the blue on that one. Oh, well.
It's a no call.
Yep. Timeout taken. We'll take 1-2. 30 seconds. Back right after this.
Okay, bring it in. A little lower. That's it. That's
What
it.
are you doing?
What's it look like? It's a giant E. It's for Biggie's 24-hour convenience store at I-57 and 161. Isn't it cool?
Well, it's big.
Yeah, it symbolizes they're big on service and selection. They've got all your favorite beverages, and the restaurant has a big selection, too, with big portions. And Biggie's, too, with Almond 15. They've got food to go. I've got another
He
big...
picked up Brent Jones. Chris Morgan came to get him on the inbounds, and now we got a foul on Wilson as George Wilson turns the corner on the shot. How about we back some of these people out of the end zone down here?
Get them off the court down there, guys.
They don't need to be out on the floor. There's seats up here. Then go up in the balcony. There's a lot of seats up there. We don't need to be standing down here on the court. 2 free throws for George Wilson. His first one is good, of course. They just don't miss free throws. 5:42. Rams lead is cut to 6. And now misses, and Wilson with the rebound for Mount Vernon. James will start the dribble, gives it back to Kyle McClure. Kyle working the left side, gets the pick from Kent, takes it across the center line. Bounce pass across to Gennaro Hawkins, down to Williams in the corner. He takes Jones on the baseline. His shot won't count. Foul called on Brett Jones as he tries to stop Kent going baseline. Morgan will inbound. Into Kyle McClure, back to Morgan. He's open in the corner for the 3. Off, no good. Fought for. Williams tries to save it, but he's screened away from the play. And it'll belong to Paducah. Inbounded to Chris Wilson. We come back the other way. 5:19 to go. 39-33. Rams up by 6. Left side, Carruthers with the ball. On top, George Wilson. Right side, Chris Wilson. Underneath, Carruthers all alone. No one picked him up. Beautiful block by James Wilson. Ball loose on the floor. Rams down there on it. Jump ball. And it will belong to, I believe, Paducah on the alternate possession rule.
Boy.
Good hustle by the Rams.
James really got up there.
That was a great play by James Wilson. Awesome.
And Chumbler just a little bit out of the coach's box.
They haven't been in it all night.
Doug Creel trying to point that out.
Yeah, if we're going to be told to sit down, he wants Chumbler to sit down,
right.
too. I didn't know you couldn't stand up. I'd seen it most of the night, or most of the last 3 days, anyway. Chris Wilson out front with the ball. Right side he goes to Brett Jones. He launches airmail. Apparently, Gennaro wasn't paying attention. That kid can shoot,
That's
and does.
18 points for him.
4:48 on the three-pointer. Makes it a three-point game. 39-36. Hawkins ahead to Morgan. Morgan across the center line. Cross-court pass to Williams. Williams on the run baseline. Double team. Puts the shot up anyway and scores. 41-36. 4:33. Kent likes a fast-paced tempo with two guys guarding him. Jones out on the perimeter. Back on top, Chauncey Kelly. Right side, Chris Wilson. Come on, Jen, stay with him, big guy. Chris Wilson out front. George Wilson pops out to get it. They backdoor lob. Mount Vernon double teams. Ball deflected but recovered by George Wilson. On top, Chris Wilson with the ball. Out to George Wilson on the side. On top, Carruthers. Left side, Chris Wilson. 3:56 clock running. Rams lead is 5, 41-36. Stolen away by Chris Morgan on the pass to George Wilson. He goes 1-on-2 to the hole and gets the layup. 43-36, 7-point lead. A big defensive play by Chris Morgan. Ram fans, get up.
All right.
Chris Wilson left side. Carruthers. Carruthers on top, George Wilson. Right side, Chris Wilson. On top, Jones for 3. Oh my goodness. What a shot. It hit everything on that backboard and finally fell in.
21 points for him.
McClure out on the left side. Cross-court pass to Morgan. He starts his move. Cross-court pass to McClure. McClure to Wilson in the lane. He squares up with his man, takes him to the hole. On top, Chris Morgan for 3. In and out, no good. Fought for. Jones has it for Paducah. Out to, boy, Kyle got away with a hack there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Chris Wilson back the other way for Paducah. Stay up, folks. Don't sit down yet.
It's going to be a heck of a finish.
Here comes Jones around to pick from everybody in the gym. 3 points off the iron. McClure with the rebound. He'll bring it back himself. Kyle out on the left side, spins to the right, now back to the left, now back to the right, gets a pick from Hawkins, goes out on the left side wing, on top to Kent Williams. Williams between the circles, right side to Hawkins, he penetrates, dishes it under to Wilson, Wilson out to Morgan, Morgan underneath to McClure, McClure fakes, goes up with the shot on the glass, no good, Hawkins off balance, back up, no good, George Wilson rebounds, back the other way, Paducah. Gennaro couldn't get his feet underneath him when he came back down, a very awkward shot on the putback. Ram fans, there's an offensive foul on Brett Jones as he sticks a shoulder out and knocks Kyle McClure to the floor. Traveling the baseline, an illegal screen and a foul on Brett Jones, his first of the ball game. Gamber and Flood checking in for Mount Vernon. Gennaro Hawkins to the sideline, along with Kent Williams for a breather.
Good minutes from Gennaro.
Yes, sir. Timeout the call. We'll take one as well. This is the Centralia Holiday Tournament, and we'll be back in 60 seconds.
It's halftime. Let's take a break.
When you're ready for a break from the holiday tournament, treat yourself to the McDonald's Tournament Special. 20-piece McNugget, 2 large fries, and 2 medium drinks, just $5.99. Slip off at halftime or between games. You won't miss a minute of the action because McDonald's is located at 810 East Broadway, just around the corner from Trout Gym. Fresh, hot, and fast. The McDonald's Holiday Tournament Special, just for you and only from McDonald's.
Put a Coca-Cola Classic in my hand, and the ones I love the most here in my arms. There ain't nothing ever gonna change my plans. Wish this could last forever with everyone together, and a Coca-Cola in my hand. Hey, put a Coca-Cola in my hand.
You're listening to the Coca-Cola Centralia Holiday Tournament broadcast on WRXX 95.3 FM.
Inbounds pass comes to James Wilson. Wilson on the move against Carruthers. Gets it across the center line, and we got a foul called on Carruthers. The least likely candidate to bringing the ball up the floor is your 6'3" junior enforcer, and he does a good job and picks up the foul on Carruthers doing it.
Well, as you said, he played guard in the 4th grade, was it?
For about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Inbounds to Kyle McClure. He'll bring it across. Rams set up the offense. McClure out front, dribbling left side, goes to Gamber in the corner. Gamber bringing it back on top. Brings it on across. We are very confused. Scott gets it over to Wilson. Wilson fakes the pass down to Morgan, spins on his man in the lane, now gets it to Chris. Chris on the move at the free throw line, backs it up, starts right side, reverses. Bounce pass to Gamber. Gamber on the move, in the lane for the layup, scores! Scott Gamber, 45-39, Rams lead is 6 at 1:26. A pass way up the court to Jones, nothing there as Flood cut him off. Pass from Wilson to Wilson, back to Jones, faked the 3 to see what the sophomore would do. Chris Wilson between the circles. Dishes back to Chauncey Kelly. Out on the left side, Carruthers. Bounce pass into George Wilson. He's triple teamed and goes up against Gamber, and they're going to call a foul on Gamber. Why not? It's been a while. 4th foul on Scott Gamber. Scott, you got to get under control, bud.
Yeah.
You got to get under control.
Wilson at the line. George Wilson.
Williams and Hawkins will come in. Free throw is good. It's a 5-point lead for the Rams at 45-40 with 1:06 to go.
Brett Jones has scored 11 points in this quarter. Only Wilson has scored for Paducah other than him. He has only 2.
13-13 run right now. Both teams dead even.
Misses that.
Shot is missed, and Morgan gets the rebound for the Rams and has it stolen from behind, but an assault charge is going to be filed against Chauncey Kelly as he hit him from behind.
4th team foul against Tillman.
Morgan will toss in against pressure. Lays it ahead to Williams. Williams has a breakdown on the left side, 1-on-3. He'll bring it back across to Morgan. Morgan down in the corner to Flood. Flood's baseline jumper too strong. I saw that coming.
Yeah.
Tipped away. Jones has it. A little too much adrenaline there on the first shot. I don't think we really needed to rush that shot.
No, we were under a minute.
I'm not faulting John. He was open, and usually he'll hit that shot. 38 seconds to go. Rams lead is 5, 45-40. Chauncey Kelly getting some instruction here from Brad Stieg and Bill Chumler on the sideline, while Chris Wilson stands at the center line holding the ball. Rams have 3 players with 3 or 4 fouls. And they sit back in the defense with the lead at 5, 45-40. John Flood doing his best to stay inside Brett Jones's shirt. Now they take it to the hole with under 10. George Wilson out front. George Wilson looking for help, finds Carruthers. He rushes it to Chris Wilson. Chris Wilson launches a double pump off the iron, no good. Chris Morgan rebounds it, and after 3, brings it up to the wing. Looking underneath, had Kent Williams, lost the ball. Morgan recovers, gives it underneath to James Wilson. Wilson out in the baseline, gives it on top to John Flood. Flood back on top to Morgan. Morgan over on the left side to Williams. He goes baseline, gets a nice pick from John Nockey, gets knocked to the floor, but scores. And the Rams lead is 7 again, 47-40 at 7:32 in the game. They led by 8, their largest of the night. Carruthers with the ball in the lane over everybody. He'll get the shot, and he'll get the foul. Probably should have got a charge, but he'll get the foul. And take your pick, I'm guessing James Wilson.
Well, he just muscled that one in there.
Oh, yeah, very strong. It is on Chris Morgan. 47-42, 7:25. Third foul on Chris Morgan.
They have had only 3 players score for them in the game.
There's the free throw. 47-43, and they're right back in it. 4-point lead for the Rams. Williams will bring it back. They fake the double team. Morgan over to Wilson on the baseline. He wants to get it to Kent, gives it to Nockey. John launches the 3. Off the iron, no good. No rebounders around anywhere. Out on the right side, Chris Wilson. Nockey picks up foul number 4. Chauncey Kelly did a little spin move and tripped over John's feet. He picks up the foul. Gennaro Hawkins will check back into the lineup. A lot of free throws being shot by Paducah. Chauncey Kelly's free throws in and out. Morgan with the rebound as he fights off George Wilson. Gets it over to Kent Williams. The Rams clear out. Williams right through the defense, right down the lane. Around everybody, off the glass, won't go. Fought for. Jones has it for Paducah. Left side, Chris Wilson throws it ahead to Chauncey Kelly. Backdoor lob, George Wilson leans into Morgan, misses, but there's Carruthers for the putback, and it is a 2-point game. 47-45, 6:34 to go. Flood, double team, they throw it ahead to Morgan. Morgan loses it off his leg out of bounds.
Well, you knew they were going to make a run.
Yep. All we have to do is just keep our composure. Here comes Kyle McClure back in.
And Scott Gamber.
And Scott Gamber.
Gamber with 4 fouls.
Nockey with 4 fouls. Morgan with 3. George Wilson will toss in front of the scorer's bench. He does so to Chris Wilson. What a great ball game this has been.
Oh, man.
5-0 run by Paducah. (5-2) for the quarter, but 5 straight points by Paducah. And Brett Jones knocks Kyle McClure down. No whistle there. Chauncey Kelly out on the perimeter. Gives to Chris Wilson. Chumler wants them to spread it out again, so they'll reload. Chris Wilson out on the left side. On top he goes to Chauncey Kelly. Chauncey Kelly uncontested down in the lane. Carruthers had it, lost it, fires up. Oh, my Lord, how did that go in? 47 all as he lost the handle and threw it up anyway, and it went in. What are they shooting, like 200? McClure on the left side. Gives in the corner to Flood. John bringing it out on top. Spins. Keeps the dribble. Gives to Gamber. Gamber on the move. Right side out to McClure. McClure on top to Wilson. Wilson left side to Flood. Flood out to Williams. Williams assaulted. No call. He backs off his man. He's ready to go. Gets the pick. Stops. Gives it underneath. Oh, tried to hit Wilson all alone under the basket, but the pass was just a little too far. And it goes out of bounds. Kent got the defense off their feet and had Wilson all alone under the basket, but the pass wasn't where it should have been. Paducah walking it back down with a chance to take the lead. Right side, George Wilson with the ball. Out front, Carruthers. Left side, Chris Wilson. On top, Jones. Jones fakes, drives, puts up the shot on the run. Off the iron, no good. McClure with the rebound, gets it out. We want to run. McClure up ahead to Flood. Flood underneath to Wilson. Wilson all alone under the basket, scores. The Rams back on top by 2, 49-47. 4:43 to go in a tightly contested ball game. Timeout called by Paducah. We'll take one as well. This is the Centralia Holiday Tournament. We'll be back in.
Desktop PC. Executive Business Products, 312 South Locust, Centralia. Our column at 1-800-642-7673. You're listening to the Coca-Cola Centralia Holiday Tournament broadcast on WRXX 95.3 FM.
Left side of the bleachers over here is getting up and at him, and the balcony's up and at him. We get the rest of the Mount Vernon fans not to be embarrassed that they're from Mount Vernon. Get things going.
Scott Jones wants to talk to both coaches.
Doug said, I haven't done anything. What do you want? He says, get over here. He said, I haven't done anything. He says, get over here. So he's going to talk to both coaches. So Scott Jones is going to talk it over with both coaches about something. I guess it has to do with the box, or I don't know. The coach's box, maybe? Or players up or something. I don't know. The Paducah players have been up on the sideline, and they haven't been doing anything I've noticed other than showing support for their team.
And that's not,
No.
Kansas does it. There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't see anything wrong with what they've been doing, other than the fact that Chumler's out in the middle of the court. Other than that, you know, the game's being played between the lines. That's what needs to happen. The officials need to be obscure. They have been. Let's let them play. I don't know what the conference was about, but it's over and we're ready, and Chris Wilson has the ball. It's a 2-point ball game with 4.5 minutes to go. Wilson dribbling. They're trying to free up Brett Jones to do something. Wilson gives it to Jones out on the left side. Jones gets the pick, moves on Gamber. Get away from him, Scott. Jones with the shot, off the iron, no good. Fought for. Jump ball is the call. Should belong to Paducah on the alternate possession.
John Nocky will come back in right now.
Chris Morgan coming out. Nocky back in. Stay tuned. Following this game, we'll have trophy presentations, the naming of the all-tournament team. And it comes to Chris Wilson, out to Chauncey Kelly. We're working on the right side. Jones, backdoor pick, comes on top to get the ball himself. He's at the top of the key, goes right side to Chris Wilson. Chris Wilson out to Jones left side. Jones taking Nocky baseline. They double team. He hits the shot on the run, misses. Gamber has the rebound and a foul on Carruthers over the back of Scott Gamber. 15 foul on Paducah. And Scott Gamber will toss it in. Third personal on Jarek Carruthers. Nocky gets knocked down by Chauncey Kelly as he tries to make the cut. Technical foul has been assessed against Coach Bill Chumler. That was what the warning was about, to stay in the coach's box, and Chumler was out in the court, and here he comes again.
Well, they got the warning. Fair enough.
They were walking down on the Paducah end to shoot, and the Rams said, hey, we're down on that end.
Yeah.
John Nocky will go to the line to shoot the bonus first, because that was the 7th foul.
Yeah. Come on, John. He's a big.
Then we have some technicals to shoot. First free throw is good. 50-47, Rams up by 3. We had gone a minute without scoring. Both free throws good by Nocky. It's a 4-point game. We'll take the ball out now. Apparently it was the foul occurred before the technical. Inbounded to Naki. Naki will bring it back against Chauncey Kelly. He's out on the right side with the dribble. Comes back up between the circles. Naki working left side. Bounce pass underneath. Picked off by Carruthers. Carruthers 2-on-1. Wilson trying to slow him up. They throw it back out to Chris Wilson and set up the offense. Rams lead is 4 with 3:27 to go. Chris Wilson right side to Jones. Jones against McClure. Underneath. Foul will be on James coming around. Yeah. That will put him at the line to shoot 2, though.
And it will be George Wilson,
who does not miss.
Well, he's 2 out of 4 here in the half. Let's see if he can
continue some cold shooting.
Cold shooting, at least for the time being. But they do shoot him well as a team.
Wilson's first free throw is good. 51-48. 3:21 to go. The lead is 3. We've been tied 7 times in this game. The lead is 2. 51-49. Both free throws good, and the inbound to McClure. McClure working left side against Brett Jones. In the corner they go to Williams. Williams on the baseline, brings it back out front. Nothing doing on the baseline, and he was double teamed. He's out front working Chris Wilson. He goes into the paint, dishes over to Gamber, back on top to McClure. McClure working against Jones, starts left side, reverses, backs it up. Now goes in the paint himself, dishes to Naki. Naki around the defense and back out front. In the corner to McClure. Kyle fakes, starts into the paint. Oh, that's not. The basket went in. They called the charge on Kyle before contact was ever made. George Wilson with an Academy Award performance there. He went down faster than the movie version of the Titanic. Here we go back the other way as Kyle McClure picks up his 4th personal foul. Wilson out front, almost traveled as James Wilson got him tangled up. He recovers and gives it out top to Chris Wilson. Chris Wilson coming left side, hits Chauncey Kelly with the pass on the perimeter. Here comes Brett Jones around the double pick. He launches the 3 in a hurry, and in and out, no good. And Gamber has the rebound and gives it out to Kent Williams. Williams across the center line, left side. Into the paint he goes. James Wilson hauls it in. On top to Scott Gamber. Don't get fancy now, guys. And Naki loses the ball to Chauncey Kelly out in open court. Chauncey Kelly out on the left side, taking Naki to the hole. Underneath, ball loose on the floor. Last touch by James Wilson as he dives to the floor to knock it away from Jarek Carruthers. 2 minutes to go. 51-49, 2-point Mount Vernon lead. It is Paducah's ball under the basket. Pick up somebody here, fellas.
Well, we warned you it's going to be like it.
It's a nail biter. Inbound pass goes way out front to Chris Wilson. Jarek Carruthers out on the perimeter as they post up Jones baseline. They try to double team him. Back on top, Chris Wilson. Naki. Out on the left side, Chauncey Kelly. Backdoor lob, George Wilson. He goes up and he's fouled by Kent Williams, who thought he had all ball. He leaves the hand up. 3rd foul on Kent Williams. That'll put him in the line with a chance to tie. And George Wilson has hit 2 in a row here. 2 big free throws in a row. His shot is good. 51-50. 1:37 to go. Will we be tied for the 8th time? Nope. Missed the shot. Ball loose on the floor. Naki diving for it. Saves it. Wilson fighting for it. They dive on top. He called a jump ball, and the guy dove on top of James Wilson. Should have been a foul.
It will be our ball on the alternate possession, I believe.
Kyle and James separating. Rams wanted a foul as they dove on the back of James Wilson, who had covered the ball. But we'll get it back anyway. McClure will toss in front of the Paducah bench. Naki trips as he tries to get out. They don't see him open. They throw a backdoor lob, and Williams runs and gets it. Williams on the move, left side, cuts back to the center of the court, waits for Gamber to get out of his way. Now he crosses the center line. Williams into the paint, back out. Underneath to Gamber. Gamber on the baseline, working out to Naki. Naki on the wing right side. Once Williams gets a pick, comes out front. Naki working down low. They got an arm wrapped around Kent. He can't go anywhere. He sets a pick. Naki goes around the pick, tries to dish it outside, and there's an out-of-bounds call as Chauncey Kelly knocks the ball away from John Naki again. It slides out of bounds. Doug Creel's going to take a timeout. We will too. This is the Centralia Holiday Tournament. We will be back in 20 seconds.
It looks like yogurt. It has the wholesome goodness of yogurt, but it tastes like premium ice cream. We're talking about Prairie Farms frozen yogurt, the outstanding dairy product that's good for you. Good to eat, 97% fat-free, and the most delicious dairy treat you've ever enjoyed. You get the goodness of yogurt, the taste of ice cream. It's that simple. We think you'll enjoy it to your heart's content. Yogurt at its best. Prairie Farms frozen yogurt. Nobody makes it like Prairie Farms.
See. Okay. They got me backwards here. All right, stay tuned. At the conclusion of this game, we will have the all-tournament team announcement. 59 seconds to go. The Rams up by 1 point. The backdoor lob to Williams. What a play! Yeah. What a play as Williams puts it up and in on the backdoor lob over the whole defense. The Rams up by 3 with 50 seconds to go. Watch Jones on a 3 right here. They go right side. Chris Wilson out front. Here comes Jones around the pick. They double team him. Wilson panics. He doesn't know where to throw the ball. He tries to call a time, and now he does.
38 seconds to go.
38 seconds to go. The Rams up by 3. What a play as McClure deked him and threw the backdoor lob over the defense. Williams went up over everybody and tipped it off the rim and in.
Well, he got up there, didn't he?
I don't know how long a timeout, so we're just going to stay here with it. They haven't indicated. If they did, I missed it, and I apologize. 38 seconds left in the game. The Rams have a 3-point lead. And they will be setting up young Mr. Jones. You can bet on that. This has been a game.
Chauncey Kelly can also shoot the 3, but he has not scored a point tonight.
Has he taken a shot tonight?
Not very many.
Is he the one that made the shot to win the game against Carver?
I think so. No, Wilson did.
Wilson did?
Chauncey Kelly's taken 2 threes, has not made any of them. Matter of fact, they only have 3 people in their lineup that have scored.
All right, Paducah has the ball with 38 seconds. They will toss in across the way and do so to Chris Wilson. Naki has 4 fouls, and he's going to take on the shooter. George Wilson on top to Carruthers, left side. Chris Wilson, here he comes. And the foul is on Naki, and he will foul out.
Well, the assignment now will go to Gennaro Hawkins.
No, it won't.
Oh, going to be to Morgan.
Chris Morgan.
Chris Morgan has played an outstanding tournament.
But you know what? He's going to shoot 2 free throws. We have a 3-point lead, so we have the ball and a point if he makes both of these. Rams have to take care of business now. Gamber, McClure, Morgan, Wilson, and Williams on the floor. At the line, Brett Jones. Jones's free throw is good. Ugly, but good. 53-51. 29 seconds to go in this nail-biter. My stomach's churning.
I feel like I'm barely breathing.
Second shot. Good. A 1-point game. 53-52. Williams had it and lost it. He was bumped on the arm and lost it out of bounds.
Well,
you had it in the hands of the guy you wanted to have it.
And they're going to go with it. Looks like they're not going to call a timeout. 27.9 to go. Will they go for the win?
Morgan has Brett Jones. A little shoving match going there. They free him up. The Rams double team all alone. And the foul as George Wilson is knocked to the floor. He'll go to the line with a chance to put Paducah on top. Was it on Williams?
I think so. Yeah.
No. It was on Kyle McClure, and that's 5, and Kyle made sure he did not get the shot off. The Rams will take a timeout as soon as the substitution is made. We'll take one as well. This is the Centralia Holiday Tournament, and nobody's called anything off yet. They want the players back out on the court. Well, I don't know what we're doing here. They have not indicated anything yet. They have to make the substitution first. John Flood has already reported. They just didn't wave him in. Now the substitution has been made. Now the timeout is called, and we don't know how long it is because it hasn't. 60 seconds. We'll be back in 30. You're listening to the Centralia Holiday Tournament.
Did your prescription run out? Are you coming down with something? The Corner Pharmacy in Centralia is open every day.
Yeah. McClure, Wilson, Morgan, Flood, and Williams on the floor for the Rams. The first shot is good. We are tied at 53 all. 8th tie of the ball game. It comes with 26 seconds left. He'll try to give them the lead. And does. 53-54. Kent Williams is hugged, and they call the foul down here on Chris Wilson. They had him wrapped up. And you know, they know that Kent Williams has struggled at the line. That's a good foul. He has to make the first one. That is,
I can't think of anyone else I'd want there.
That's true. That is the 4th lead change of the game.
We had led for quite a long time.
26 seconds to go. Kent Williams at the line, shooting one in bonus. Off the iron, no good. Ball loose. Williams had it. It falls in John Flood's hand. He goes up for the layup and scores! The Rams back on top. 55-54, 19 seconds to go. Chris Wilson with the ball for Paducah. Paducah setting up for the last shot. Into the lane they go, underneath all alone, and Wilson fouls George Wilson, who will go to the line with 10 seconds. Wow. That was a good foul by James.
Well, he prevented the basket.
5th lead change of the night. And Wilson with a chance to tie, and it is to put Paducah ahead once again. At the line, George Wilson, he hit 2 big free throws a few seconds ago. First one is good. We are tied again. 55 all. 9th tie of the game. 10 seconds left in the game. Back half. Paducah tied up. Gamber has it. Give it to Kent. He wants it. He's got it. He's 1 on 3. Through the defense he goes. Down the lane. Stops and pops from the key. In and out. No good. And a timeout called by Paducah before the horn. Timeout before the horn sounded. I don't know if they have any left or not. If that's the case, that's a technical foul. If they had any left, then they'll have the ball with very little, if any, time on the clock.
Williams' shot was in and out.
Now the question is, did they have any timeouts left? If not, it's a technical foul.
They called the time.
They sure did. It was obvious he called it. He called it. There is no question. If they have timeouts left, they have the ball on the other end of the floor. If they don't have any timeouts left, it is a technical foul, and the Rams will shoot.
That's what the Ram fans are now.
Rick Moss is trying to get Coach Chembler away from the scorer's bench. I don't know the timeout situation because I did not keep track of it. I do not know. Now the officials are meeting out at the center line to discuss what's going on. Is this a repeat of the Michigan game from a few years ago in the NCAA finals? If that is the case, and if the Rams hit a free throw, this game is over.
They're referring to the Chris Webber situation.
And they put 0.5 of a second back up on the clock. They're conferring at the bench, and everyone is standing, and we can't see what's going on. Out of timeouts, it is a technical foul, and Chris Morgan will go to the line to shoot with a chance to win the game for the Rams. He will shoot 2. We only have to make 1. Come on, big guy, you can do it. Yes. There is no question that the young man called timeout. There is no question at all. He indicated the timeout. Okay, Chris, one more, baby. The Rams have won one championship here, and it was controversial, and now Chris Morgan can make it two.
Rams will get the ball out of bounds, so all they need to do is inbound
get it in.
And we have a champion.
And we will take a timeout. We know we have one left. Back after this, you're listening to the Holiday Tournament.
Together, St. Mary's and Good Samaritan are bringing the most advanced healthcare technology home to Southern Illinois. From the most sophisticated equipment to the latest surgical procedures, we offer a full range of services. After all, the future of healthcare.
Most memorable.
Well, every 10 years.
Hit him on the leg with the ball, Chris. Bounce it off his knee. That's all you have to do. Once contact's made, the game is over. A half a second left. The Rams up by 2. They lob in. Williams touches it. They drag him to the floor, and this game is over, and the Rams have won their second championship. What a win. What a win. Doug Creel comes over to shake hands with the players. They refuse to shake his hand. Shumler shakes his hand. The assistant coach shakes his hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention at this time? We'd like to announce the selections for the all-tournament teams. If the players named are here, then please come forward and accept their medals. The following are selections for this year's all-tournament second team. From Chicago Carver, Rodney Donnelly. From Paducah Tillman, Brett Jones. From Chicago Carver, David Lawrence. From Mount Vernon.